You don't get to ask me why I call Donald Trump a fascist when he keeps doing fascist shit. I'm going to show you two videos. One is of Donald Trump threatening to arrest the Democratic nominee for mayor of New York City. And the other one is reporting on Donald Trump now coming out in favor of deporting American citizens, people who were born here, if he feels like they should be deported to another country.
Mr. President, your beloved New York City may well be led by a communist soon, Zoran Mamdani, who in his nomination speech said he will defy ICE and will not allow ICE to arrest criminal aliens in New York City. Your message to communist Zoran Mamdani?
Well, then we'll have to arrest him. Look, we don't need a communist in this country, but if we have one, I'm going to be watching over him very carefully on behalf of the nation. We send him money. We send him all the things that he needs to run a government. And by the way, they get about 3 times what you get, Ron. If you look at the per capita, Florida gets 1/3 of what New York gets in terms of the numbers. Why don't you give us those numbers?
Yeah, well,
because that's what we should send him.
Yeah, well, like sometimes people say Florida gets more because they count Social Security recipients, but that's not money to the state. Those are seniors that live here. If they move to North Carolina, you could count it there. So it has no interaction with the state government. They get more on the city and state governments than we get.
Right, substantially. We're going to be watching that very carefully, and a lot of people are saying he's here illegally. We're going to look at everything, and ideally. He's going to turn out to be much less than a communist. But right now, he's a communist. That's not a socialist. I've always said, we will not have socialism in this country. In the speeches, I said, well, what? They skipped socialism. And you got a lot of them like that.
We have big news right now. Donald Trump is now calling for deporting American citizens next. This is serious, and he just made this statement. Speaking in Florida, Donald Trump called for the deportation of U.S. citizens, saying we have a lot of bad people that have been here for a long time. Many of them were born in our country. I think we ought to get them the hell out of here too, if you want to know the truth. So maybe that'll be the next job. Trump here is referring to American citizens who commit violent crime and is now saying that people who whack others across the head with a baseball bat should be deported, even if they're American citizens. There is no basis in the United States Constitution or in law that would allow the President of the United States to deport American citizens to even prison facilities in third-party countries. Every American citizen is entitled to due process under the United States law in United States courts and serve time if convicted in United States facilities. Many of these individuals, yes, they may have committed a violent crime, but no, they're not going to spend the rest of their lives in prison. They will be rehabilitated. It doesn't seem like he cares.
We don't deport American citizens, you fucking moron. We incarcerate them for doing violent crimes. We imprison them, we punish them here in the United States of America, but we don't incarcerate them in other countries. That's not a thing with U.S. law. That's fascist dictator level bullshit. And if you think that Donald Trump is only interested in incarcerating people who whack people over the head with baseball bats, you are fucking mistaken. If Donald Trump had his way, anybody that ever said anything bad about him would wind up in some El Salvadorian prison camp. We call him a fascist dictator because he's a fascist trying to be a dictator.